Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to this YouTube channel. It's your guy Igor here. Guys, today let's talk about politics in Canada. There is a lot of things that are going on. Yesterday I was shocked because I was listening to the news and I was listening to Pierre Poilievre, and he's the leader of Canadian opposition party, and he was saying that it would be a blessing. Guys, don't quote me exactly, you can check, but I think he was saying it would be a blessing to the world if Israel was to destroy Iranian nuclear facilities. Guys, let me know if we are on a break of nuclear exchange or not, because we know that Israel, well, we don't know, but we know, right, that they do have nuclear weapons and the capacity to basically destroy Iran if they wanted to. And I also want to say, guys, there is some crazy stuff going on. On one thing, the opposition is saying that. On the other thing is, we can see that liberal government is, well, it's unaffordable housing, insane situation, poverty and other things. They are giving away $15 million to support Lebanon, and they're matching their donations to $6 million to support Lebanon. Now, guys, I'm nothing against Lebanon or against people. I'm actually against any kind of world conflict. I'm originally from a country, and my city where I was born in is under continuous bombardment of residential buildings by Russia, by insane country that decided to, well, they tried it in the past. They caused the Holodomor against my people. They tried to starve Ukrainians out of existence. They tried to destroy and cause genocide against the people of Ukraine in the past. So that happened, and I wouldn't want to see that happening to anyone, be it Palestinians or be it people of Israel or anyone for that matter, or even how they would say noble Persian people. I'm talking about Iran. It used to be a very, very rich place. They're still a rich place, but with their revolution and everything that happened there. And so I want to say that right now we are living in an age of misinformation, where I think it was CBC News, right? Where Pierre Poilievre, I tried finding that news to put it, and now I'm thinking I'm under effect of Nelson Mandela effect or something, or maybe just pure disinformation, that I cannot find that news. I wanted to give you a link for that news. I tried Googling it, but it doesn't show on Google. It shows all CBC articles, but it doesn't show what Pierre Poilievre said about CBC, which is, I think, really biased. So looking at that, if you can really change and get the news to be biased, guys, I would say probably we can't really trust the news, and it's like basically coming into like fake news of Canadian version of fake news, so to speak, guys, because it's crazy. Like, am I wrong or something? Because I bet you I've seen that video that they edited and claimed that it was a mistake, but I cannot find it. And that could be a censorship. Guys, there is actually an interesting tendency. I don't know, guys, so let me know in the comments down below. For some reason, I drew a parallel, almost like a parallel, invisible parallel, between Republicans in the United States and conservatives in Canada and Democrats and liberals. I don't know why, but it feels to me that those two are almost like the same entity. Almost. Lots of parallels. Like if you look, the Democrats in the United States are extremely woke culture, and liberals are kind of same, and conservatives are more traditional, and Republicans are more traditional. So just let me know, guys, what you think. All of that matter. What is happening, or am I wrong in any way when I'm talking about it? But guys, I was like, what the hell is standing there? But it's a Halloween decoration for a second. Okay, so let me know in the comments down below. I want to say that Canada is going down pretty badly right now. We have one of the world's most unaffordable housing. I think Toronto is still considered to be like a bubble, one of the top charts of a housing bubble, according to the statistics. In Ontario, they increased the minimum wages. I think it's 17 something dollars. But tell me, guys, if you're living in Ontario, is it enough for you to survive on that minimum wage? I don't think so, guys. I don't think so, guys. It's insane, the inflation and what has happened to the country and the value for money. Everyone is thinking the housing is getting affordable. Guys, by the way, I made a video, and like I'm right now in Millrise, and I work as a realtor in Calgary, Alberta. Okay, I made a video about houses, and people criticize me. They're like, it's paper. It's not worth that much. Guys, it's not worth that much in Manitoba, maybe Saskatchewan. but it is Alberta, it's Calgary. And I'll tell you guys, there are surrounding areas of Calgary. If you look at the statistics published by Calgary Real Estate Board for the last month, there are cities growing faster than Calgary itself because Calgary became so expensive. People are moving out of Calgary now into more affordable cities, and they are rapidly matching up to Calgary in price and unaffordability. Give me a second, I'm going to switch my hands and have a coffee, guys. I want to also say that we have crazy stuff going on in the parliament. We have basically a parliament speaker who is almost silencing the opposition. We have news channels that are create misinformation about the opposition. We also have Pierre Poilievre, that's like most definitely going to be the new prime minister in Canada on the next elections, according to the recent polls. And they can't even fake that. They can't even hide that because it's just how unpopular Liberal Party, and in particular Justin Trudeau, has become. I'll tell you guys, when he became prime minister, even I like that. I was like, wow, this is awesome. You know, we have such a, well, for ladies, let's say, handsome guy. For other ones, you know, forward thinking, and yeah, amazing guy basically. But 10 years down the road, 8 years, 10 years, guys, what I lost count of years now, we see the consequences of our choices, and it doesn't look too great. Actually, guys, want to say that I'm seeing a lot of division in Canada, and that is communism. You know, like communism, like people are like, oh no, it's not communism. Well, call it neo-socialism, whatever you call it. You know, guys, I see a lot of people creating competition in Canada, in competition in such a way that saying that the success of one Canadian is the failure of another. They're trying to create a scarcity of that success for those people, and it's very appealing probably for majority of population because it just says that it's not up to you. It's you have to rely on the government, and success of one is the failure of you. So if somebody gets it, it's just as if they're stealing from you something. It's even evident by the comments on my YouTube channel where people are like, hey, you purchased multiple homes, right? So you purchased multiple homes, that means multiple people who could have had that homes cannot have them. So it's absolutely against capitalism. That's absolutely against why I moved to Canada. Guys, I was born in a communist country. It collapsed when I was a kid, and my birth certificate was Soviet Union. And I'll tell you guys, it was a shithole country. And I know what communism is better than those people who would never seen communism in Canada. You think by reading Karl Marx or something you would know what communism is? I've seen the after effects. I've seen the after effects where my parents' pensions were stolen by the government, by the corrupt government, and when all of their savings went away, when they were working, both of them working highly paid 2 jobs and unable to afford to buy like groceries or an apple and things like that. That's basically the effects of communism, and we have a similar kind of situation happening here in Canada right now. Basically, they don't call it the same way, but it is becoming very similar to what I'm used to seeing. It's basically, you know, creating lots of social programs that would hinder your success, charge you for being more successful, and support you for being not as successful, and creating those regulations. But more fearful things, guys, for me, is the biggest fear I have is censorship. Guys, like, look at this. I'm right now, for example, in the United States, even though I should be against Trump because he's kind of against Ukraine, and that's my country where I was born in. And, you know, like Joe Biden looks like he's in favor, but we don't know. But at the same time, I looked at a presentation of Elon Musk, guys, and you know, because Elon Musk is on side of Trump, I would say I would probably side with Trump more because of that, because I want the freedom of speech, guys. If this video gets deleted, if I get censored, guys, that's it. We can't express. That's one way of taking away your freedom, guys. In UK, people got jail sentences for posting their opinions on Facebook, and you know, they label that censorship after political correctness or a certain regulation so that you cannot express yourself. Like, for example, one common thing is saying hate speech or something like that, and just to shut you down, let's say, right? So there is one way to do that, basically a legal way to censor you for whatever. So if you state your opinion that doesn't correlate with others, you should shut up. and go to jail. And that's kind of thing that I'm afraid of. And if it goes away there, it might go away here. And it's also driven by misinformation by those regimes. Guys, look at it this way. Who do you think sponsors Hezbollah? Well, we all know it's Iran, right? And why do we have so many protests of Hezbollah flags waving in Canada? Well, probably those guys are they are sponsoring those events, right? We don't have a proof, but it's just an opinion, guys. That's an opinion that I've seen, because in Ukraine during protests, previous president who fled to Russia before the 2014 invasion started, he used to bring in people who were called titushki. Titushki were brought on buses. It's a group of people who would start violent protests so that the government can take down any protest. I would say the similar thing could have happened in Canada during Freedom Convoy. That was a disgrace when they took it down. No, I was not a big supporter of Freedom Convoy or anything, but you know, I never donated any money to them. Otherwise, I would be in jail too, which is also like a crazy, scary thing to happen, which happened in Canada. And you never know that, for example, some people were there, like neo-Nazis or whatever people were there, right? How do you know that they were actually not sponsored to be there by somebody who wanted that Freedom Convoy to be away from there? You never know. And that's kind of the policies. Guys, whatever these dirty tricks there they might be thinking of using in Canada, they are all playbook for dirty tricks used by other governments. So we never know if those people were placed there. We don't know if those people were real, just like those titushkis in Ukraine starting fights. They were brought in on buses. Sometimes you'd have police dressed up as civilians to start and instigate a fight so that they can take down the violent protest and kick people home. You know, there were people getting shot in downtown Kiev before all this happened. And then as soon as that president, who was actually purchased by Putin, in Ukraine fled to Russia, they invaded Crimea, and that's basically when the war has started. So I'm just telling you guys on how things work. Right now, we have major bad players around the world. We have China, we have Iran, we have Russia. Yes, I'm half Russian, by the way. I just recently found out about that. And we have those bad players around the world, guys. And it's insane. It's freaking insane what is happening, guys. And misinformation. So for example, you might be watching TikTok. Who controls the algorithm of TikTok? Who controls what you see? And what you see is what you believe in. So guys, I just want to say that for your own safety, read different news articles, variety of sources. Don't subscribe to one YouTuber with one opinion, have different opinions, and kind of don't follow just that opinion, make your own. You know, like, you know, it's the worst part about it is, like, I don't know if you read Friedrich Nietzsche and about Übermensch, which is superhuman and things like that. I've been indulging in philosophy recently. Yeah, I know I don't look that smart, and probably I'm not that smart, but I'm always trying to grow. And people are commenting, "Hey Igor, oh, you started this channel talking about immigration, then you spoke about Uber, then you spoke about something else in real estate. Now you're talking about politics." I want to say, guys, I was in process of my immigration when I talked about immigration. I was driving for Uber when I was talking for Uber. I'm into real estate because that's what I'm doing right now. And I'm talking into politics because we are coming into elections. And I'm participating in the interesting world that we are living in right now, where on one side we have leader of opposition saying that we have to basically supporting the destruction of Hamas, and we have part of liberal, or at least I had a perception like that are supporting the protest with Hamas flags in Canada, which is freaking insane to me. Like, this radical ideology, things are going on like that in Canada. And well, let's see, guys, what happens, guys. It's insane. Like, I'm just saying, we are living in an insane world. I never would expect anyone supporting a terrorist organization, like, and allow, you know, like this to happen in this country, and then potentially silencing people. Guys, as soon as you get silenced, as soon as you're not allowed to speak your mind, and that's what happened in Russia, that's the way to dictatorship. That's the way to being a slave and not having freedom. And that's not why, guys, Venezuela went down in like a decade. You know, it used to be like one of the happiest countries in the world, richest places to be in, and it's still like a richest country. And then what happened? Like, just thing went to shit, you know. And I don't want that to happen to what happened in South America. Was like, do you think United States was always rich? No, those are the rich guys. And then what happened? And the tables can turn so fast, but we can't allow that to happen, guys. I didn't come to the Western capitalistic world to go back to communism that I, you know, hated my entire life, and I left the country that is not a communist country anymore, but the people that are living in that country, guys, still have those communist memories and tendencies, and huge amounts of generations that are still alive. They haven't passed away yet, who were brainwashed since their early childhood by pioneers and other things. So I don't want that to be in Canada, guys. That's not the reason why I came to this free country, beautiful country, and you know, like amazing country, safe country to be in. I don't want this country to be unsafe, not beautiful, and especially, you know, communist dictatorship or something like that. And I want the standard of living here to be what it was from the stories that I hear in 1970s, guys. It was a great country. It was a great place to live, guys. And I still, you know, guys, I wouldn't be speaking here if I had no faith in this country. I still think it's one of the best countries in the world. And I am honestly, guys, talking about politics, guys, it's a wrong perception of thinking that whether one party wins, the other one loses or something like that. It's unless there is corruption going on. I think that, you know, if conservatives, and they'll probably win, they win, we're still going to need liberals as opposition to make sure those guys don't get out of hand. So both parties, doesn't matter who they are, they have to exist and they have to control each other. They have to make sure that this country gets better. That's what I want to say. So don't go against me saying that, oh, you're supporting that country. I don't want anyone to lose. I want only Canada to win. So my goal for Canada to win is that, well, we need a change. There'll be one party who won't get the power, and I think it's going to happen inevitable now. Because it always has been. But then liberals, who are going to be the opposition for sure next, because there is always an opposition, right? So first there is a ruling party and there is opposition party, and they all have a role, and when the time comes, they would change the chairs, and we still have to work collectively. Doesn't matter if it's like Bloc Québécois, if you don't like them because they want to increase pension, or Jagmeet Singh, who is throwing his fists and stuff like that. All of these parties have one goal, and they have to focus on that one goal, is not putting money into their pockets, but caring for the best of this country. Or they should get out of the business and let some other people who do run the show, guys. So did they tow my car? Just searching for my car. We'll make sure it's still there. Oh, no, it's still there. Guys, it's insane what's happening in Canada right now. And I want to say, guys, Canada is a great country. I think it's still better than UK. With all the stuff that's going on there, better than Germany, with all the stuff that is going on here, because I know people from Germany and from UK who moved here for better life, and yes, that's why I'm here. But the thing is, I just don't want it to get worse. I want it to get better, and it's been getting worse for the past like 8 years, and I think it's going to get better. And as long as we maintain our freedoms, but if we lose our freedoms, if we get silenced, if we do not take care of it ourselves, we'll be taken advantage of. And let the election, whoever, guys, your opinion is, whoever wins, it wins. But I just want to express my opinion on this matter, and I'm looking forward to read your comments. And if you need real estate, guys, that's my phone number. You know where to find me. It's your guy Igor here in Calgary, Alberta. You can even call me when you see me on the street. See you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching, and well, zdorovenki buvi. Bye for now.